In a world with billions of people, extraordinary people can be found hiding in several parts of the world, waiting to be discovered. Today, we'll be revealing 10 of these unusual people we're sure you've never seen before. From a young athlete without legs to a woman who can never add any weight, here are remarkable people that will blow your mind. Before we dive into this list, make sure to leave a like on this video. Also, if you would like to join this month's Star 5 giveaway of a brand new iPhone 15, then all you have to do is subscribe to our channel and watch this video until the end to find and comment the hidden message. Good luck! Number 10. Mia Aflalo Shunem. Mia is only a little girl, but her age doesn't stop her from having more than 90,000 followers on Instagram. This is all thanks to the wonderful gift she was born with. This little Israeli girl was born with a lovely head of hair that grew so thick and long by the time she was 6 years old. Of course, many people found this unbelievable, thinking that she was wearing a wig. However, only a few pictures was enough to convince the world that this beauty was all natural. Mia loves the camera, and showing off her hair has earned her celebrity status online. So she spends some of her time wearing fancy dresses and posing with her hair, showing how much she enjoys her life. Number 9. Versavia Boran-Goncharova. At first glance, Versavia looks like any other girl who's in love with ponies, drawing, and dancing. However, when you look closer, you realize that she's quite unusual. She suffers from one of the rarest diseases in the world. This disease is known as pentology of Cantrell, which is a collection of 5 birth defects. Hers involves a heart developing outside of her chest. So while the other 10-year-old girls mostly have their hearts within their ribcage, Versavia has to live with a deformed diaphragm, abdominal wall, and chest, leading to her heart growing outside. However, she is a survivor, considering that the doctors didn't expect her to live beyond a few days. Today, Versavia continues to take one day at a time, carefully caring for her heart as she awaits the day that she can put her heart back in place with a complicated surgical procedure. Number 8. Isaiah Bird. When you're trying to find every excuse in the world to stop you from being as fit as possible, all you have to do is think about Isaiah Bird and how he is super determined to never allow the circumstances of his life stop his dreams. Isaiah was born without legs, but this has never deterred him from practicing American football and soccer every single day. Apart from this, he participates in swimming, skateboarding, and surfing. So what keeps him going? This unusual boy has learned not to give in to excuses, and his coach Miguel Rodriguez is a huge motivation. They met when he was only 9 and have built a wonderful relationship ever since. Isaiah also has his mother, friends, and teammates to keep him going. Number 7. Mandy Sellers. Mandy Sellers is an Englishwoman from Lancashire with extraordinarily sized legs, while her upper body has normal proportions. She was born with a rare genetic disorder where her lower extremities won't stop growing. These have grown to as much as 210 pounds, making regular life quite difficult for Mandy. Eventually, this rapid growth led to a nasty infection on one of her legs, and her left leg had to be amputated. However, due to this genetic disease, the leg strangely began to regrow, and within a short time was too large for her prosthetic limb. Still, living with specially made shoes, clothes, and even a car designed just for her body can be quite tough. Mandy has started some medications to shrink the size of her legs, and so far, the results have been impressive. Number 6. Abdul Bajandar. Abdul is a Bangladeshi man who suffers from an extreme form of epidermodysplasia vericiformis. This extremely rare disease is an immune system defect that has led to Abdul's hands and legs looking like tree branches. Only about 200 cases have been documented so far, showing how rare it is, and Abdul is one of the unlucky ones that make up this number. He first noticed this condition when he was just 10, and there was no way to slow down the growth until he reached adulthood. Unfortunately, Abdul had to quit his job as a rickshaw driver and has gone through numerous surgeries to remove these growths. Still, they keep growing, and it's been tough to live with his condition. Number 5. Carlos Haffy Rodriguez. If you want to know why Carlos was nicknamed Haffy, all it takes is a look at his head. Carlos Rodriguez became popular in 2010 when his mugshot made it online. Now, this wasn't because of the crime he committed, but because of his unusual appearance where he's missing the top half of his head. However, unlike a lot of people on this list, Carlos wasn't born that way. When he was just 14 years old, Carlos made the terrible mistake of driving while intoxicated that led to a terrible accident where he hit a pole and was thrown through the windshield. The force was so strong that he landed on his head, which was flattened immediately, and he lost a huge portion of his brain. Luckily, he survived this accident, but his head retained its flattened look. And Happy's life is a huge lesson about making the wrong choices. Number 4. Lizzie Velasquez. Lizzie Velasquez lives with an extremely rare disease known as Marfanoid progeroid lipodystrophy. That's a lot of words to describe someone who lives with absolutely no fat in their body because their body is just not able to store it long enough. This is Lizzie's reality. Despite consuming as much as 8,000 calories in a day, she weighs just a little over 60 pounds, making her one of the skinniest people ever in existence. No matter how much she eats, she just can't gain any weight. Apart from this, Lizzie is blind in her right eye, drastically affecting her vision. As you can imagine, this made her the perfect victim of bullying while growing up. Even as an adult, it didn't stop. However, Lizzie decided that the bullying wouldn't get her or stop her from achieving her goals. This led to the creation of her own YouTube channel, where she continues to receive millions of views. Lizzie is an internet sensation who has refused to let her disease weigh her down. Number 3. Gary Turner. Gary Turner currently holds the Guinness World Record for the stretchiest skin. This is the result of a serious form of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome that has affected the connective tissues in his body. Now a show performer, Gary is known as Elastic Man and decided to transform his medical challenges into an opportunity to educate and entertain. Gary can stretch his skin to as much as 6 inches over his stomach. So far, he's been on several television shows and featured on live performances that left the audience stunned with his exceptional talent. Number 2. Stephen Wiltshire. Can you remember all the places that you visited before you turned 5 years old? That can be quite challenging to recall, but not for Stephen Wiltshire, who possesses the extraordinary ability to recollect and recreate architectural structures from memory through his drawings. All it takes is a brief glance and Stephen can draw something as marvelous as Big Ben with amazing accuracy. After being diagnosed of autism when he was just 3 years old, Stephen quickly found the perfect space to seek calm: his art. He has a fantastic mind, and everyone that has witnessed his large-scale drawings have always been impressed by his remarkable capabilities. Stephen is the perfect example of the power of the human mind. And at number 1, Tom Saitis. Try holding your breath and let's see how long you can stay without needing some air. Most people can manage about 5 minutes, but for Tom Saitis, you would have to multiply that by 5. Tom has extraordinary lungs that have enabled him to hold his breath for more than 22 minutes. That's a record-breaking time that no one has been able to surpass so far. This deep diver achieved this through months of constant training and mental conditioning to lower his oxygen consumption. With this, he can stay longer underwater than pretty much everyone. Tom is a legend in the diving community and continues training to go beyond his limits. And that wraps up today's video. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe and give us a like, and don't forget to turn on your post notifications so you never miss a video from Star 5. Thanks for watching.